Hey guys, Tim here with TCG Grading, welcoming you back to the Pokemon community. In today's video, we have the top 25 of our top 100 Pokemon cards of 2021. This list isn't just the best cards of 2021, since that would be just the most valuable cards from each set. This card is comprised of the most undervalued, underappreciated, and best overall cards from each set, promo cards, and out of regular sets from 2021. Each card is scored out of 100 points. Each card is given a score out of 25 in 4 different categories. The 4 categories are the artwork, popularity, the current value, and the overall outlook of the card. Let's go ahead and get into the list. We have 25 cards on today's list. We ended the last video at number 26 with the full art copycat. All right, number 24 on our list is the Gold Star Umbreon. This is one of the chase cards from the 25th anniversary celebration set. When this card first released, it was selling for right around $175. The price on it's come way down to right around $30. And I honestly believe that is the floor for this card. If you wanted to buy in on this Umbreon Gold Star for the long term, right now would probably be the best time to pick this card up. This is out of the Classic collection. It's just a really good looking card. The holographic pattern's beautiful. Gold Star cards are some of the most popular cards of all time. Umbreon is the most popular evolution, which is the most popular set of Pokemon in the entire game. So an Umbreon Gold Star just has really good outlook in my opinion. Total outlook score of 23 to 25, one of the higher outlook scores. The artwork and popularity also very high. It's a beautiful card. All of the cards inside of the Classic collection are amazing. It's just a really solid card. If you're not wanting to buy a whole bunch of really, low priced $1, $2 singles to, hopefully hit a home run or lottery ticket type percentage, this would be a card that I could see increasing, 5%, 7% every year for the foreseeable future. Very safe card to pick up, and I believe that the bulk of these cards has been, already pulled out of packs, and we're just not going to be seeing as much supply of this card as most people might think, with Celebrations being such a small set. Let's go into number 23. Number 23 on our list is one of the 2 chase cards from Chilling Reign. The Blaziken VMAX is probably the most popular card, the most expensive card from Chilling Reign. The Alt-Art Moltres V, probably a close second. I really like this card. I've pulled this card a few times. This card is very difficult to pull, along with anything else really from Chilling Reign, Fusion Strike, Evolving Skies, all these really big sets. It's so hard to pull these cards. This is a really cool card. You got the Inteleon, Sobble, and you got the Zangoose right there sleeping. It's just a really nice card. Current price of this is sitting at $95. And with the massive reprint that they did on Chilling Reign, I believe that this is the lowest we're ever going to see this card. If it didn't tank in value with this massive reprint that they did with Chilling Reign, I don't believe it's ever going to tank in value, and this could be the best price we could possibly see this card at for the foreseeable future. If it comes down another 10%, I wouldn't be very surprised, but the pull rates being so difficult with Chilling Reign, and this being such an awesome card, in the long run, I feel like that's a really safe price to start picking these up at. Artwork score, 25 out of 25. Overall popularity of Blaziken's really high. You also got the, the 3 starters there sitting on top of the building. It's just an overall solid card. That's why it got a total score of 92 of 100 on our list, coming in at number 23. Number 22 on our list, we have one of the best cards from Fusion Strike. We have the Espeon VMAX from Fusion Strike. This card is sitting at $97.95 on the lowest possible listing on TCG Player right now. This is just a really popular card. In Japanese, this card was released inside of a premium collection box that sells for like $500. So on the Japanese side, this is extremely expensive. And I do believe that this Espeon VMAX in the English side is going to follow a similar trajectory. As the price of these Fusion Strike boxes goes up, I do believe that the price of this card will also go up. It's such a hard card to pull. Fusion Strike is the biggest Pokemon card set of all time, which makes pulling anything out of this set extremely difficult. This is an evolution card. As everybody knows, evolutions are the most popular, sets of cards in the entire game. Maybe Charizard could be a little bit more popular, but overall, evolutions are either first or second. And it's really not even close. It's like Charizard, evolutions, and then everything else. I gave a total score out of this one of 92 of 100. I think the overall upside of this card is higher than the Blaziken. That's why it's a little bit higher on the list, even though it has the same score. I could see this card being, $115, $120 within the next 12 to 24 months. And it could go even higher depending on how Fusion Strike ends up being printed. If all those new printers that Pokemon's turning on or bringing online, if this is the first set that they start reprinting a whole bunch, or if that doesn't start until Brilliant Stars. We don't really know what the total print run of this is going to be because it is the newest set. As of right now, though, it's a very, very difficult set to pull anything with because it's so large, and I think the chase cards from it are going to do very, very well long term. Going into the next card, we have the Sword and Shield number 143 Pikachu V card. This is out of the premium figure collection, the one with the fat Pikachu. This card is sitting at 90 cents right now, which is under bulk price, and that's basically the only reason this card made it on the list. The only way to get this card is from that collection box in English. It was in the Japanese 25th anniversary box, but to get it in English, you can only get it inside of this box as a promo. The box retails for $49.99, and I do believe that the overall outlook of this card is completely tied to the sealed product being that Pikachu figure box. As that rises in the future, which it will, all figure premium collection boxes have always gone up in value substantially given enough time, so I'm not worried about this Pikachu box. Sitting at 90 cents, that's basically bulk price, so there's zero downside risk to this card. If you had to sell it to a bulk seller, you could easily sell these for $1 a piece. So you can make 10 cents out of your downside risk. The upside of this card, I believe we could see this card approaching $5 to $6 given enough time. I've never seen a Pikachu card, especially promo Pikachu cards, stay at bulk price or lower. There's not a single Pikachu card in recent memory that has stayed below bulk price. I'm not counting the most recent ones, these Pikachu V cards from all the newest sets. I'm talking about the ones, given 12 months, 24 months, once they start going out of print, they never stay at that bulk price. There's a lot of upside with this card, and there's zero downside risk. That's why it came in at number 21 on our list with a total score of 92 of 100. The overall outlook is a little bit lower than these other cards. They could do a massive reprint of those Pikachu figure boxes. It's unlikely. If you have ever seen one of those Pikachu figure boxes, they're massive. They're just really, really big, and it just seems unlikely they're going to do a big reprint on those. It would be much easier for them to do, the Lance's Charizard or the Dark Sylveon Charizard or the Dark Sylveon V boxes if they wanted to pump out more Celebrations product. Going into the next card, we have the Tornadus V alt art from Chilling Reign. This is just a really, really cool card. It has so many Pokemon in it. Tornadus is just, there's a big tornado going on in the card. I think that the artwork on this card is amazing. It's not a very playable card. I know that some people have tried to use Tornadus V inside of decks. It's just not very powerful. Could be more useful with the new single strike energies and doing 20 extra damage and the single strike roar ability, but there would just be more powerful options. This card is completely based off of its really good artwork, in my opinion. Sitting at $16 for an alt art, I believe that is a little bit on the low side. Alt arts are the safest pickups, I believe, of the entire Sword and Shield era. If everything else goes to zero, there's almost zero chance that the alt arts are going to be following all these other types of cards. They're just so popular, the artwork is so good, and the collectability of them so high that picking one up for $16, even after this massive print run, it's still holding strong at that price. I don't believe we're ever going to see this card go any lower. I think the upside on this card is a maximum of around $30. I know that doesn't seem like a crazy amount, but if it did come up to that $30 price, I think people would still be buying this card for their collections. And if it went higher, I wouldn't be too surprised. But the fact that it's a Tornadus does limit its overall upside. That's why it has a total outlook of 23 along with the other lower end alt art cards. The overall artwork and popularity, very, very high. Popularity holding it back just a little bit. Still coming in at 92 of 100 on our list in the top 20. I have a few copies of this, mainly because it just looks so good. Let's go on to number 19. Number 19, we have the Celebi V Fusion Strike alt art. This card is honestly one of the most popular cards from Fusion Strike, and the price does not reflect it. For whatever reason, this card is sitting at $20, And if you asked 100 people what their favorite card from Fusion Strike is, I would honestly think more than half of them would probably say the Celebi V card is their favorite card because of the artwork. The price does not reflect it. The overall value of this card is very, very, very good in my opinion. Sitting at that $20 price with the fact that this is so many people's favorite card from the set, I can't believe that it's sitting at that price. The artwork, the popularity is very, very high. I think this is more popular than even the Mew VMAX Alt Art and the other chase cards from Fusion Strike. I think this card is better than those cards. Very, very nice card. Number 245 out of 264. Crazy, crazy big set. 92 out of 100 total score. Number 19. Going into the next card, we have the Light Toxtricity. This is the Sword and Shield promo number 137 from the Celebrations Lunchbox tin. This card is sitting at $1. If you've seen this card in person, it is amazing. The holographic pattern on it's amazing. Toxtricity sitting there with the Oddish, the 25th anniversary symbol on it. It's such a good looking card that picking these up for $1, if they went to $0, I would still be glad that I had these. But I could realistically see these cards rising upwards of $8 or so in the next 12 to 24 months as the Celebration Lunchbox tins disappear. People do start to hoard product, and once they start hoarding product, the prices slowly start to go up, and it's just harder and harder to get, and the stuff on the inside ends up becoming more valuable as a result. The reason why it's so low right now is because everybody's opening them up, getting the packs out, selling the packs, or opening the packs, and then they're trying to recoup some of their money on these promos. Value score of 25 out of 25. Very, very, very high upside. Very low downside risk on this one. If this card went down to 75 cents to 80 cents in the near future, I wouldn't be shocked. But I also see, like I said, $7, $8 price tag in the next 12 to 24 months. Plus, it's an amazing card. It's just really, really cool. Overall outlook is 25 out of 25. This is one of the few cards that got a 25 score in the outlook because I just don't see this card ever going any lower than this $1 price. Total score, 93 out of 100. Very cool card. Going into the next card, number 17 on our list, we have the Dark Gyarados from the Classic Collection. This card is sitting at 50 cents. The reason why this card made the list is because it's sitting at 50 cents. If it was higher, then the value score would have been lower, and it would have never even made this list. It is very easy to pull compared to normal pull rates, but it's such a cool card. Dark Gyarados, you know, the 25th Anniversary Classic Collection. I know that everybody's just dumping all the cards that they get, all their duplicates and things like that. But as this product slowly starts removing itself from the market, sealed collectors, investors, people just opening it, these type of Classic Collection cards, there's just no way that they're going to stay at these low prices. 50 cents for this type of card is just crazy in my opinion. It's basically bulk price. You could pick these up, and if you had to resell them for 50 cents or $1, you would easily be able to do it. I do believe that this card doesn't have immense high upside, and it would have to get upwards of $2.50 to $3 just to cover fees and shipping to make it worth your time. But given enough time, this is going to be a very collectible set forever. You know, the 25th anniversary set, people are going to be collecting this. New people are going to be collecting this. People coming back into the hobby are going to be collecting this. This is going to be like a staple collector's set for the rest of Pokemon's history. And as more time goes along, there's just no way that this card is going to stay at 50 cents. Total score, 93 out of 100. Really good artwork, really good holographic pattern on it. 25th anniversary Pikachu face there. Just a good overall solid pickup. Next card on our list is the Sylveon VMAX from Evolving Skies. This is one of the top 3 cards, value-wise, from Evolving Skies. Just another evolution. As you see, you have Sylveon, obviously. You also have Vaporeon in this card. You have Eevee sitting up here. You have another Eevee sitting right there. You got the Marshadow. You got another Eevee right here. You know, you got all these Pokemon in the back. It's so nice. It's just a really good looking card. This is one of the better alt arts from Evolving Skies. Sitting at $80 right now. This card has actually come up in price a little bit. This card was downwards of around $72 to $73 a few weeks ago. It's actually come up since I made this video, and I had to adjust the price to the $80 just to be as realistic as possible. Overall value score of 21. I believe this card easily is going to be at over $100 in the next 24 months. And 24 months really isn't that long of an outlook on these type of investments or, pickups, trying to make a return on them. Very, very safe card. If you had to resell this card back for what you paid for it, I don't think it would be very difficult. If you lost 10% on it, you would only be losing about 10 bucks. If this card goes up by 30%, you can do the math there. It can compound your money very, very quickly, and it's just a really, really cool card to have in your collection. Overall score 93 out of 100. I did put this a little bit higher than the Light Toxtricity and Dark Gyarados, just because you don't have to get as high of a return per year to make a substantial amount of money on this. If you get a 10% return per year, that's $8. If you get a 10% return on a $1 card, that's 10 cents. So overall outlook on this card is a little bit better than those in that regard. And a lot of people just don't like having those bulk type cards. They would rather have, these higher value chase cards and just let them appreciate over time. The graded copies of this, the premiums on it are insane. I wouldn't recommend grading these cards right now with PSA being still $100. They did just open up their regular service, but it's still $100 to grade it through PSA. And to me, that's just way, way too much. Going into number 15, we have one of the best cards of the entire year, in my opinion. This Galarian Moltres V Alt Art card is just a really, really good looking card. The legendary birds, some of the more popular Pokemon of all time. There's so many amazing Moltres cards, but this one is honestly in the top 3. I really, really like the XY Fates Collide pre-release holographic Moltres. That is my personal favorite one, but I think this one would be right behind that just because it looks so, so good. Current price is sitting at about $68. This card was over $120 for the longest time. This was one of the cards that did kind of take a hit with the massive reprint, and I think it's going to adjust very quickly back up towards $90, $95 or so. It's just one of the best looking cards. It's also a very playable card. Once during your turn, you may attach a Darkness Energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon. So basically, you could put this on your bench and you can power it up from the bench, and then, you have 190 damage attack just from powering it up on your bench. It's just really, really easy. It doesn't take your energy from your turn. Just a very powerful card in the metagame. It's also a very collectible card because the artwork is so good. Just has a lot of stuff going for it. Overall, artwork 25 out of 25, popularity 24 out of 25. This is a very, very, very popular card. For most people, this is their favorite card from Chilling Reign. I know that the Blaziken VMAX is more valuable, but most people, if you ask them, they're going to tell you that this is their favorite card. Outlook on this card, I believe it's going to start creeping back up fairly quickly once all of this massive reprint of Chilling Reign starts to flush out. Chilling Reign booster boxes were sitting at $79.99 last night. Whenever I looked this morning, they're sitting at $85. So they've already started to come back up a little bit, and I think this card is going to go back up with it. Going into number 14 in our list, we have the gold Snorlax from Chilling Reign. This is very, very similar to the Moltres V and Blaziken V. This is one of the top 3 cards from Chilling Reign. This card did not see a massive hit like the Moltres V did. I do believe this card is a little bit safer than the Moltres V. The rarity on it's much higher, and the pull rates being so difficult just mean that this card is always going to hold a value. It's a shiny Snorlax. How cool is that, though? This card was sitting right around $90 to $95 before the big Chilling Reign reprint. Currently sitting right around $80, so it did take a little bit of a hit, but not near as much as the Moltres V. I think that this card is going to stable out to be around an $85 to $95 card for the foreseeable future, but I don't see this coming down much at all. I don't see much downside risk. The Moltres V, Sylveon VMAX, those have much higher downside than this Snorlax does, in my opinion. Gold cards usually hold up pretty well, especially of more popular Pokemon. With them being shiny type, the shiny cards, their highest rarity, it's a really, really safe pickup. And in this one especially, it's one of the better gold cards of the entire year. Overall score, 93 out of 100. Doesn't get much better than this Snorlax card, in my opinion. Going into number 13 on our list, we have another gold card. This is my personal favorite gold card of the entire year. And honestly, this card is crazy, crazy underpriced. I can't believe this card is sitting at $25. The fact that this card is basically in every single Sword and Shield standard rotation deck. The Single Strike Roar allows you to search your deck for a Single Strike energy card and attach it to one of your Single Strike Pokemon. Allows you to power up your Single Strike Urshifus, your Single Strike Gengars, your Single Strike Umbreon cards. and it's in every single deck. If you play like the Pokemon trading card game online, you're gonna run into this decks using this card 90% of the time. And the fact that it's a shiny gold Houndoom card, highest rarity, Battle Styles is the best set. This is definitely one of the top 3 cards from Battle Styles. The fact that it's $25 is crazy to me. I could see this card easily being $40 to $50 in the next couple of years, especially whenever Battle Styles starts to come back up. I think right now the Battle Styles booster boxes are sitting at $78. So as you can see, the overall outlook of the set isn't that great, but I honestly think it's super underappreciated. Battle Styles being the first set with alt arts. People don't really like the Urshifu cards that are in it as being the chase cards. Even though you do have the Sleeping Tyranitar, there's not a whole lot else besides this Houndoom and that Tyranitar in that set. This one's just super undervalued. I can't believe this card is $25. I only have 2 copies of this card personally myself. Once I found out that this card was sitting at $25 or even less, I'm going to start looking to pick up some more of these for my personal collection / long-term investments of single cards. Single card market isn't as safe as sealed market, but it's a lot more fun. You can play with the cards, you can look at the cards, and it doesn't take up near as much room. You can hold 500 cards in one box, or you can put, one collection box on your shelf. Going into the next card, we have the Pikachu and Zekrom Sun and Moon promo, 248. This did release at the end of the year, along with the Charizard and Reshiram box. Basically, this is just a cool card. The fact that this card is sitting at $6 is really, really crazy to me. A lot of people bought these Pikachu and Zekrom boxes to flip the promos and the packs on the inside for a profit. With this card this card was over $20 when it first came out, plus the packs on the inside and the jumbo card. People were making a profit opening these up, and it's made this promo card tank in price like crazy. I can't think of a single promo that's $6.20 or less that is better than this Pikachu and Zekrom card, like, ever. Like, can you guys let me know down in the comments any promo card that's $6.20 or less that's cooler or just better than this Pikachu and Zekrom card? For the price, this card is just really, really cool in my opinion. Total score of 93 out of 100. The popularity, 24 to 25. Pikachu, very, very popular. Zekrom's pretty popular as well. The overall artwork is really, really good. The picture I have here doesn't really do this card justice. It's a really good looking card. Wish I had one handy. Actually, I do have one handy. Maybe I could show it to you guys. Just look at that Pikachu card. Just how amazing is that Pikachu card? I'm not sure if that got in focus or not. If it doesn't, I'll cut it out. Just for $6.20, this is a super, super high upside type card. GameStop exclusive box. There's not a lot of these out there. I know it seemed like there was a lot of these printed, but the high price tag of the box initially, made it so not as many people wanted to buy it. So I do believe this card is going to go up substantially. This could be a $20 card easily in the next 3 years or so, especially as that sealed box becomes more desirable. Going into number 11, we have the Sword and Shield promo 136. This is another one of the promo cards from the Celebrations collection lunchbox tin. This one is it's a beautiful card. I don't know why this card was just tossed into a collection like that. Like, this could have had its own product, and I would have bought it just for this card. This promo is currently sitting at $3. It just looks so, so good. The overall artwork on it, I gave it 25 out of 25. Popularity of Mimikyu is not super high, and the fact that this is a promo card is pretty easy to obtain right now. But in 3 to 5 years, whenever that lunchbox tin is $100, $150, which could easily happen. That's what tends to happen with all these, 20th, 25th anniversary products. They just go up and up and up in price. The promo cards on the inside are going to go up with it, I do believe. This Delta Species Mimikyu, sitting at $3, is a little bit high for a promo card, in my opinion. If this card was sitting under $2, I would buy as many as I could. Sitting at $3, I have about 8 copies of this total. One of the cards that I picked up when I made this list, just because I thought it was such a good deal. Overall score, 93 out of 100, just outside of our top 10 cards. Let's go into the top 10 cards, though. Coming in at number 10, we have the Charizard from Celebrations Classic Collection. This card's currently sitting at $75. I do believe this card is going to come down a little bit more. If this card came down towards $65 to even $60, I wouldn't be super surprised. Other than the value score being an 18 out of 25, I got 25s across the board. You have the Arita artwork from the original base set, you know, the 25th anniversary stamp on it. The overall promo holographic feel to it is just amazing. Charizard card. I mean, base set Charizard artwork. This is the chase card from Classic Collection Celebrations. As the prices of Celebration start to rise, the sealed product starts to rise, and these slowly become harder and harder to get. I think the price of these are going to go upwards over $100. It's going to take a while, but I don't really see any risk in picking these Charizard cards up even at this price. I'm not going to pick up a bunch of these personally. I'm not the biggest Charizard fan. I have one copy of this card right now personally, and that's probably all I'm going to have. I just don't really want to invest all my money in Charizard. You know, it's just kind of cliche, you know, Charizard's the only thing that anybody wants. In my opinion, that's not true. And the way that I buy cards and invest in cards, it kind of shows that I don't have very many Charizard cards, mainly because they're just overhyped, overpriced to begin with, and then they tank in value, and it takes 10 plus years for the value to recover. This card is a little bit different though. It honestly is a little bit lower on the value board than I expected. I honestly think that this card could retrace back up to $125 fairly easily in the next 12 to 24 months. Just really cool. Not a whole lot to say about this card. I know that there's been thousands and thousands and thousands of these that have been graded, which limits that overall high upside graded value. But I do believe the raw card is always going to hold a substantial premium. Just cool. Just really cool card. Let's go into the number 9. We have another Charizard card. We have the Reshiram and Charizard GX. This card is very similar to the Pikachu and Zekrom. The only reason that this one is a little bit higher is because honestly, I think that the Charizard and Zekrom card looks a little bit better. Charizard is a little bit more popular in the collector's market than Pikachu. Not by much, but the high-end market is much better. Coming at 94 out of 100 on our list. Total scores, you know, you got 21 on the value, sitting at $11.99. Just like with the Pikachu card, tell me one card that's $11.99 that's a better buy than this Reshiram and Charizard GX. I can't think of a single one under that price that would be better in the long term to have. Artwork score, 25 out of 25. All these gold cards are just amazing. The only other way to get these is out of Tag Team All-Stars. The overall popularity of Charizard is super high. Reshiram is very popular as well. Outlook, 24 out of 25. Once these Charizard boxes start to disappear, and they really honestly already have started to disappear, they're already selling for over retail cost. And as soon as they show up on the Walmart shelves, they just get wiped out. I've only seen these on the shelf twice personally, and I don't live in a very big city. Let's go on to number 8. We have another Charizard card. Shocker, right? I have to be objective when I make these lists. I know I said I'm not the biggest fan of Charizard and I don't buy very many of them. This is one that I personally haven't even bought a single copy of yet. And I'm really glad I never did because this card has come down so much in value. The price of $110 is just crazy. This card was at around $250 to $300 for the longest time. Graded copies of this were selling for crazy amounts of money when it first came out. Just kind of like usual. When a new set comes out, the first cards that get graded always sell for tons of money. And that's a way a lot of people make money off of, you know, opening up packs, is by being the first ones to get that PSA 10 or this, you know, the Beckett Black Label. But this raw card has come down so much. $110 may be the floor for this card. If I were to buy it, I would definitely buy it now. The Shining Fates reprint that they did recently, they had Elite Trainer boxes on the Pokemon Center, and they've actually had massive amounts of the Pikachu V box. Let me see if I have one handy. Don't have one. Actually, right here. There's this Pikachu V collection box. There's been thousands of those popping up all over the country. So these have been readily available to get out of packs basically all year. And once Shining Fates starts to become flushed from the market, I don't see it rising as substantially fast as Celebrations or Hidden Fates, for instance, did. But I do believe Shining Fates will hold a premium long term just because it does have a Shiny Vault set. And it's just so much fun to open. This is probably the floor for this Charizard VMAX. And if I were going to buy it, I would buy it now. I'm not going to buy this though. I could spend $110 on something else. I would rather buy a Evolving Skies booster box than the Charizard VMAX, just because I'm not the biggest fan. If I liked Charizard, I would be all over it at this price. Going into number 7 on our list, we have the Blastoise Celebrations Classic Collection card. This card is actually, I think, a little bit under $4 right now. It's just a nostalgic, piece of artwork from Kin Sugimori. It's just a good card. I don't understand why this card is $4 and the Charizard card is $75. There's a huge market for Blastoise, just like there is for Charizard. Being one of the original Kanto starters, this is a very collectible card. Very good artwork. The hollow pattern on these classic collection cards is just amazing. This card looks better than any of the previous. Sitting at $4, I know it's a fairly easy card to pull from your celebrations packs. I think I pulled 6 of them total from my 300 or so celebrations packs. So it's fairly common to get. 94 out of 100 on the score, coming in at number 7. $4 just seems crazy low. If this card rebounded back up to $15 to $20 in the next few years, I wouldn't be surprised at all, and people would still be buying it because it's going to be a staple collectible Blastoise card forever. And Blastoise is one of the most collected Pokemon in the entire Pokemon market. So having this amazing card at $4 is just a really good pickup. I actually bought 7 copies of this when I found out it was sitting at this price because I was shocked. I was really shocked that it was this low. Really cool card. Can't believe it's only $4. Going into the next card here, we have the Pikachu VMAX. This is from the Pikachu Premium Collection box, the really big figure collection box. Similar to the Pikachu V card I talked about earlier that's in the same box, this VMAX card is sitting at $4. And Pikachu VMAX is just a really good looking card. The Pikachu VMAX from Vivid Voltage sells for right around $9 to $10, and that's even after all the crazy amounts of reprints they've done with Vivid Voltage. And this card is actually better looking than that one. The only way to obtain this artwork is from the collection box. And I think that those collection boxes have a much smaller print run than the majority of products that were released in the last year. Overall outlook on this card is very high, 24 to 25. Artwork is really good. Popularity, 25 out of 25. It's a Pikachu card. That gets the maximum possible popularity score, similar to the Charizard. I just don't see any downside to this. Picking this card up, I think these are actually sitting right under $4 right now. They could have gone up in the last couple of days since I actually made this list, though. I would not be surprised. As people are opening up those boxes for fun, they're selling the promos, trying to recoup some of their money, or they're just breaking them down because they're such large boxes. They're taking out all the stuff, selling the figure. Last time I checked, the figure was selling for like $10. Then you have all the packs, then you have the promo cards. People do break down these boxes while they can make money doing it. Retail arbitrage on sealed product is a real thing. Whenever people can make money by opening up the boxes, they do it. And then in a few years, whenever there's no more sealed product, that's why all these sealed boxes end up going up in price. One of the biggest ones in the last 3 years was this Mega Mewtwo X collection box right here with the XY packs that it has on the inside. People were breaking that down because it has the figure, it has the really good packs, the code card, and the Mewtwo promo card. And those boxes skyrocketed up to right around $80 to $90 because there's just no more sealed copies or sealed boxes left. And I think the similar thing is going to happen to this Pikachu box. I think so many people are going to open them up to sell the stuff on the inside. Given enough time, the sealed product is going to start to rise up substantially, and this market is going to get flushed out. A lot of people are going to be buying up these cards at this low price, and it's just going to start going up given enough time. Number 6 on our list, $4 price. I could see this card easily being over $10, and the lowest I see this card ever going is $3 maybe. Bulk price is $2, $2.50. So there's not a lot of downside risk in the fact that it's a Pikachu promo card. You can't do much better than that. Going into the top 5 on our list, Going into the top 5 on our list, we have the Gold Ultra Premium Collection Pikachu. I do not have one of these. I was never and have been unable to obtain an Ultra Premium collection for retail cost. I will not pay scalper or reseller price for any product. So I have learned to do without. And in this case, the Ultra Premium collection, as soon as it hits the shelf anywhere, it's gone. And it's thrown up on eBay for double the price. The price has come down quite a bit. I think it's sitting at like $220 for a box now. The Gold Pikachu card sitting at $24 is just a really good pickup in my opinion. Given enough time, those Ultra Premium collection boxes are going to get so expensive that nobody's going to want to open them. So it's going to make the cards that are outside of the boxes and have been opened more valuable. I think there's a really high upside on this card. I could see this card going upwards of $75 to $80 easily. Just the fact that this ultra premium collection box is the best sealed product of the entire year. I do believe that the ultra premium collection has a sealed upside of $700, $800. I know that's crazy, but it's just how it works with those type of products, and that's why they're selling for so much right now. Really, really good looking card. PSA copies of this are crazy expensive right now because they stopped grading them. I do believe they will begin grading them again once they figure out how to not chip and damage the cards. That is why they stopped grading them. So like the PSA 10 gold Charizards you see on eBay for $30,000, don't buy those. All right, going into number 4 on our list, we have the Greninja Gold Star promo. This is from the Celebrations Elite Trainer boxes. This card is currently sitting at $1. This is insane to me. Greninja is probably the most popular Pokemon in the entire Pokemon market right now. I can't believe that it's sitting at $1. The overall value score sitting at 25 out of 25. And it's a Gold Star card. Gold Star cards are just some of the more popular cards from the entire history of the Pokemon trading card game. And the fact that you can pick this one up for $1 right now, I know everybody's opening up the Elite Trainer boxes, pulling out all the packs, selling the packs for a profit, you know, the retail arbitrage that we talked about. But as the Elite Trainer boxes leave the market and they become more valuable as a sealed item, these Gold Star Greninjas are still going to be very sought after by people who just want them for their collection, who want to grade them. You know, Greninja is very popular, probably more popular than Charizard at this point. I can't believe that this is a $1 card. I have tons and tons of these, and most of the time whenever you buy these, you can get them in their sealed form. These are much more valuable to me in their sealed form than in their raw, you know, out of the package form. So if you can pick them up in their sealed form, it's even better of a deal than just having them opened. 95 out of 100, number 4 on our list. This is just a slam dunk. You know, there's no way this card is going to stay at $1 forever. I think it has limited upside. I don't think this card's ever going to go over $10, at least not in the foreseeable future. Maybe, you know, Pokemon's 30th anniversary, these cards will be over that $5 to $10 mark. But it's going to take a while. But there's no downside for $1 Gold Star Greninja cards. Zero downside. Going into number 3 on our list, we have the Skyla Full Art Trainer card. This is from Shining Fates. This is one of the only cards from Shining Fates that's not in the Shining Vault that has any value whatsoever. Sitting at $8, I do believe this card is wildly underpriced, and I cannot believe that there hasn't been a massive buyout on this card to manipulate the market on it. I could see this card easily going up over $20 to $25 in the next year or so. Not even the next 3 to 5 years. I'm talking within the next 12 months. If this card is still at $8, I would be shocked. Overall score 95 out of 100. You know, the popularity is super high. The artwork is pretty good. I'm not the biggest fan of the female trainer cards, but you have to take all that into consideration whenever you're in this type of market. You have to consider what people like, and this is just something that a lot of people like. The overall outlook of this card is very high. Somebody's going to end up doing a buyout on this card. It's just a matter of time, and it's going to go up substantially, and I don't think it's going to come back down. The Shining Fates reprint did no favors to this card specifically, and that's why it's sitting at that $8 price. This is by far the best female trainer card to pick up from 2021 at that $8 price, and it's not even close. That's why it's number 3 on our top 100 list, right? All right, let's go into the number 2 card. The number 2 card, we have the Ultra Premium Collection Charizard. I hate that this card is sitting at $90. You know why? Because the entire box only costs $119.99 at retail cost. So if you can pick this box up at retail cost, this card is a slam dunk, no-brainer type of thing. Picking this card up for $90 is a little bit more risky. If they do a huge reprint on the UPCs, you could see this card tanking in price downwards, you know, $50, $60. If they don't reprint these Ultra Premium collections, this card could go upwards $200, $250. If they never grade these cards again, the upside of this card is going to be severely handicapped. But I do believe once they figure out how to actually encapsulate these cards safely without chipping them or damaging them, they will start grading them again. Overall value, 21 out of 25. It's still pretty high. It's one of the more unique and sought after cards right now. That's why the Ultra Premium collection is selling for so much on the secondary market. But the artwork being, you know, the original base set Charizard artwork, it's on a gold card. First time they've done a metal gold card. The overall outlook is really high. There's just, even if you picked it up at $90, the odds are if you hold on to it for 5 years, it's not going to be less than $90, and you'll have one of the coolest cards of the entire year. Not much else to say about it. 96 out of 100, getting pretty close to that, perfect score on the total out of 100. Let's go into the number one card of 2021. Anybody have a guess on what this top card is going to be? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you think the number one card is going to be. Number one card on our list goes to the Gengar VMAX. How many of you expected to see this Gengar VMAX card as the number one card on my list? Probably not very many people chose that card. This is the Alt Art card from Fusion Strike. This is currently sitting at $100. This card is just, I think this is the best looking card of the entire year. This is my personal favorite card, and I think a lot of people would agree with me. This is the best card, artwork-wise, of the entire year. It's sitting at $100. It's by far the most expensive card in Fusion Strike. The card is just so crazy hard to pull that I honestly see that card price starting to rise substantially before this set even goes out of print. Artwork score 25, popularity of Gengar is 25, outlook of this card is 25. This is the biggest Pokemon card set of all time. This is the best card and one of the best, if not the best, artwork of any card from the entire year. Came in at number one on my list. $100 card. If you want to invest in, high value, high dollar cards, this would be the one that I would personally choose. It's such a cool card. There's no way. It's a playable card, so it has that part of the market as well. It's just so cool. Number one on the list of our top 100. All right, guys, that concludes the top 25 of our top 100 cards of 2021. Let me know what you think of the top 25 of this list. Would you have made any changes? Would you have ranked certain cards higher or lower? Let me know down in the comments what you think. I'm going to leave a link down below to the other 3 videos in this top 100 series. Let me know what you guys think. I do appreciate you checking out this video, and I'll see you in the next one.